All right, this short podcast, I just want to visit with you a little bit about the sign up and how it went. Specifically, we had most of our acres in across the United States in the ARC County program. We had certain crops that went like peanuts and rice, long grain rice, a few other crops that would be specifically a little bit more PLC. So the recent information comes out about how the payments were going to be made and to who. And what we found is something that we talked about during the discussions about how a producer would go about picking ARC County or PLC. We've got a number of counties, specifically in the Texas Panhandle, but around the country, that are finding that the county yields for their particular county, uh, that would trigger or not trigger a payment are coming in where uh, they didn't receive a payment, but the next door neighbor county did receive a payment, and that is something that we cautioned uh, producers and landowners about, because just recall that with ARC, as it was with Acre, it was basing the payment off of a county yield, and those county yields are generally going to be either survey data, or at best they would be using crop insurance data. And we just really didn't know exactly how those numbers were going to come out. And we have some people that have been calling saying, is there anything we can do about that? And recently, USDA FSA decided that the administrative county, if you farmed in several counties, if you had one of the tracts for a farm in an adjacent county, that other tract could be associated with a different county. That's a pretty far cry away from if you farm in 5 counties. Right now, you have one administrative county, and whether you get paid or not is depending upon the administrative county. Uh, that is a long way away from my farm in 5 counties. I've got farm numbers in 5 counties. Uh, I would get, you'd like to think that one of these days we might move to a position where you would get paid based on the yield in that county. I know it's an administrative nightmare, and I've got a lot of producers call and ask, well, why can't they do that? And the short answer is it was never set up to do that way. Uh, and we really haven't ever worried about it, because under the programs we had before, whether it was price loss coverage payments now or countercyclical payments prior to this farm bill, those were based off of your historical yields times the payment rate, and really the only uncertainty was the price going to be low enough to trigger a payment. There's a lot of uncertainty under the ARC program. It's going to work great 9 times out of 10, but for the person who is bitter over that, don't understand how their yield was developed and why didn't it trigger, uh, you know, it's unfortunate, because this is the safety net, and you know, the difference between getting a payment and not getting a payment is a really big deal. And it's not a question of the levels of payments, which some people are questioning as well, but when your neighbor gets a payment and you don't get any payment, it's troublesome. So just remember, we talked about all this in the beginning, during the evaluation process. We hoped it didn't come true, that we're going to have yield issues, but as it turns out, we have, and there's really not much you can do about it. So until next time, this is Farm Policy Minute. Thank you.